The first thing I want to teach you guys about working with hypermobility is what to do in downward facing dog, because it's one of the most common poses we do in yoga, and it's one of the places where we will almost certainly hyperextend the elbows. This pose is called turbo dog. Plant your palms with your middle finger facing straight ahead, and then walk your hands 6 inches ahead of your shoulders. Okay, relax your head. From here, take a big breath into your upper back. As you exhale, lower your elbows 1/3 of the way to the floor and then hug your elbows into the midline. Okay, take another deep breath in. Lower your elbows another 1/3 of the way and then hug them into the midline. So you're feeling now your chest, your upper arms and your armpits turn on. Take one more final breath. Lower your elbows another 1/3 of the way. Bend your elbows into the midline and feel that strengthen through your chest and upper back. Now, if you've got a quiver on, which most likely you will do because this teaches us to build strength, we're not used to doing that in yoga. We're very much still obsessed with flexibility. Stay here. If you feel you can keep your elbows exactly as they are, tuck your toes, take an inhale, and then lift your knees up on an exhale. So your elbows are still very much bent. This is a great way to teach the muscles around the shoulders, the upper arms and the forearms to strengthen and support the joints so that you can work in this practice long term. Lower your knees down. Recover. It's not called turbo dog for a reason. Alrighty, so what I would really encourage you to do is focus on, no matter whatever pose you're in, whether it's warrior 2 with your arms extended, whether it's coming into down dog or any other weight bearing. Chaturanga is a massive one, but that's a whole other story. I'll do another video on that. Keep your elbows bent. It will force you to feel how strong you really are. When we've been relying on our joints for a long time, we don't realise that we've not actually built strength. Alrighty. The other thing I want you guys to see is like the knee locking thing. Most standing poses, if we have a definite tendency to lock the joint. So keep a slight bend in that front knee always. And then as you inhale, extend your arms, reach your arm forward, that's your front arm, and bring your hand to your shin only. If you need to go deeper and you cannot do that without locking your knee, you don't get to go deeper. It's really that simple. Okay, what we're wanting to do is teach the stabilizing muscles around our butt, quads, hamstrings, the whole of the leg to support the knee joint. Okay. Other poses where you may need to do that. So again, it's another straight leg pose. We want to keep a slight bend in the knee. And also keep an eye on sending your knee way beyond your ankle joint. Particularly muscles, and we want to work our lunges in a way that helps to strengthen them. So your knee is above your ankle joint. Okay. And then that way you're forcing your butt to work, particularly the lower part of your butt. Alrighty. And then finally, when you're coming into a forward fold, bend your knees a little bit. Maybe even work to modify with your hands on your shins. And that's the thing with hypermobility, is like, just because we can go there doesn't mean that that's the only place we can work. What I would suggest for you guys that are over flexible is actually come back a little bit. It might not feel like you're doing anything as intense as you're used to, but actually we're strengthening the links of the pose that we've missed because we are so flexible. You can even work with your hands on blocks here. I'm coming all the way up as you inhale, and again just being very mindful now in your practice as you start to, this is advanced practice, it's advanced awareness, because we're being meticulous around these tiny little idiosyncrasies now that we're realizing in our practice. So if you're someone that's been practicing yoga for a long time, I would go and check this, because we can get into quite easily into habitual patterns where we're not noticing these things until we get injured. If you're brand new, brilliant. This is really good for you to get into a good habit before you develop a habit that's maybe not as helpful as you think.